What's going on? Welcome to the Marketing Clubhouse. Welcome to the space. Welcome to the We Don't Play podcast show. I am your host, Favour, Obasi-ike, and today is a great day. It's a beautiful day, and I'm so excited that you are just joining and being part of the discussion because today's topic is all about shared media. And I'm going to share my media. I'm going to be very intentional with the room. So, welcome, Austin. Thanks for being here. I want you guys to come up, let's talk. Let's have some fun. Let's have a good conversation because it's not just going to be me talking. I want us to all have discussions. So if you're available to speak, please. Yes. We're going to be swimming today. I swam like 2 days ago and it was so great. Actually, I got in the pool and I was like, it's so warm because it's really hot outside. It's hot in Houston. So today, I think I looked at the weather. It's going to be like 93 by like 3 p.m. So it's going to be really hot. So I'm excited about the weather. I'm excited about the day. I'm excited about swimming, going back into workout. I just drank some mushroom matcha tea, which is really nice. It's a nice tea, actually. It's called Rise, Ryze. So if you check it out, I saw them online and then I ordered it and in the package never came. And I was like, you guys have billed me twice, but I don't have a package because I had to send it to a friend and he didn't get the package. So I said, okay, reroute it back to me. And they now gave me two plus something like overnight oats and protein. I was like, this is really nice. So I've been drinking it every day, at least once. It has lion's mane. It has some really good, attributes for focus, for brain health, just take care of yourself pretty much. So swimming is one thing I'm going to do too. I don't talk much about what I'm doing. It's always SEO. But I said, let me just tap in a little bit today because it's shared content. That's what I'm doing right now. It's shared media. It's a mixture of things, but it's also shared because it has a common goal. So yeah, thanks for being here. Welcome, Dawson. Welcome, Derek. Everyone's here in the room. Thank you so much for joining. I see you, Sky. Welcome to Clubhouse. You got a party hat. It's really good to see party hats on Clubhouse. It means it's pretty much like your first week. So thanks for being here. Feel free to connect. Love that you have your profile, your picture. So feel free to join us on stage. This is a great space. Um, I love being on Clubhouse because I love to really connect. Yesterday, just to give you guys some context, if you sign up to our mailing list, click the link above and just subscribe. Put your contact information. You'll never miss anything that I talk about exclusively, and you always know what's going on. Because email is the best form of communication for me when I connect with people, especially when I'm doing so many things at the same time, and my team is doing so many things at the same time. So yesterday I was on shared media. What does that mean? I was on a radio station yesterday. I was on a Nigerian network. It was a 92.3 FM station, and they were talking about the business. You can check my Instagram and see it. Just the first picture. Click on my profile, you'll see it. And I'm gonna repurpose it because I asked her if we can do that because after the show, I literally got it was like a call in to the broadcast network. It was so cool because I wasn't seeing what was going on from the back end because I was on the phone call audio wise. But when the interview was done, she sent me the Facebook link to check it out. If you guys want to see that, put a one in the chat and I'll put the link so you guys can watch the video. Put a one in the chat if you guys want to see that video. Pretty much the interview I had yesterday. So I was talking about podcasting business. How does business, work? And just being on a network in itself is great because you can extend it. And what happened was a ripple effect because I got off the broadcast because it wasn't a podcast, it was a radio show, it was a radio interview. And as soon as I got off, I got two messages from two people on Facebook saying, hey, I heard your interview on the radio. I would love to learn more about podcasting. Somebody else reached out to me on Instagram, followed me. I was like, damn, this is serious. So, and I was like, how'd you guys want to find me? I said, go to wedon'tplaypodcast.com. I didn't give them too many things. I said, either go there or go to my LinkedIn. So as soon as I finished, my LinkedIn like went crazy. My this is shared media, guys. This is social media. If like ripple effects, like tidal waves. I'm kind of giving you a classic example. LinkedIn happened, then Facebook happened with those messages. I had to go into my Messenger app to actually accept the request because it was a new person sending me an email, sending me a message saying, "Hey, your podcast, I love what you're talking about." Then people were asking on the show. I had 10 questions to answer. We only went through three. And then there were like five questions coming from the audience. So we can't even finish the show because the show is only 1 hour. And after the hour is done, it's radio. Boom, you're cut out. So we couldn't even finish it. Literally, like if you listen to the show, you'd be like, this was a rushed interview because there were so many questions coming in. I was dropping so many things. And this is the same things I'm saying on Clubhouse, but I said it on radio. And whoever heard it, God knows, I prayed, I said, whoever hears this, learns from it, take action. I told them to go on websites. I said, hey guys, go here, go to this website, type it out, like do the thing. You're listening to me actively, that's 5% of listening. That's 5% of learning. 90% is teaching somebody else. If you've heard this for the first time from me, that's 5% of acquisition you've just gained, right? 90%, if you want to move from 5% to 90% of acquisition based on understanding a proof of concept, like whatever you know that you're a genius in, that you can teach somebody else, like how to drive, how to cook, how to do whatever, how to tie a tie, like whatever that is, you have the ability to teach somebody else that thing, right? When you're teaching someone, teaching a class, teaching people, if you can transfer that knowledge, then you have 90% acquisition of that information, right? So that's really where it comes to. So if somebody can come to me and ask that question, then I can answer. I taught myself how to play the drums, still years on by plus 25 years. People are still asking, how do you learn how to play the drums? I don't have lessons for that, but I can create that now because I can teach. So if I can teach myself how to do something, you can definitely teach yourself how to do something. I think self-taught is pretty much 100%, and teaching somebody else after learning something is 90%. That's how I see it. So we're going to go around the room. Thanks for being here. Dawson, we'd love to hear from you. Question?
Yeah, it was funny. You were just talking about learning. Like learning is a small part of it, but actually taking action. I was actually just looking into the psychology of some of that, and I actually came across there's 4 steps to gaining the most out of anything that you do. And it's like the first step that you put 25% of your effort in is actually learning. And then the next step they put 25% of your effort in is reflecting whatever you just learned and asking yourself, how does it help me? How does it better me? How does it, just asking yourself good questions like that. And then the third one's like actually implementing it. So going to try it. And then once you kind of get it and you kind of understand it yourself, the best part of the whole learning process is like what you said, sharing and teaching others. And so it's like 3 of those steps are taking action, and only 1 of those steps was actually learning. And so I thought I would just share that.
That was lovely. When you look at the word listen and you use a Scrabble, like if you play Scrabble and you've played Scrabble before, or word cloud or like word picker, or whatever you want to call it, if you switch the word listen and rephrase it or restructure the letters, you're going to see silent there. So this should tell you that you are creating a space that people are looking for you online, not you necessarily, but your solution, right? What you provide. And then when you provide that solution, people are listening to how you provide the solution. So if you're on shared media, it means that the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I value this information so much that I believe that I should pass it on to you. If I tell you, look left, look right, look left, look right again before you cross the road, that's because I'm telling you what to do because I care about you. I care about your safety, right? So I'm sharing information with you, right? It's acquired information. Okay, 5%, look left. Okay, let me do that right now. Look right. I'm looking right. You do that actively, but you also kind of have to do it passively. And how do people do it actively and passively is depending on how you share that media. And when you share media using places that are not noisy, then you can really earn media at a wider stretch. Because when you earn media, you're earning it because somebody valued what you shared. Like, hear the words I'm saying. You earn media because people value what you shared. So what you shared, right, was owned media, right? And owned media is your intellectual property. So when you have owned media, you're building owned media on a property, on an asset, on a platform called a website. That website is where you're going to control quality, you're going to control links, you're going to control media. Right now, I'm excited. I haven't even talked about it yet, but it's actually happening. And I said, you know what, this thing, does it really work? And I'm like, whoa, it's working. Right now, just to tell you guys, this is the first time I'm saying this. So right now, I've connected with someone that I've been doing this for about like probably 2 years low key, and I've connected with someone at SEMrush, and we've been talking and building, and it got to the point where I was able to say, okay, you know what, let's do it. And now, my company now, Working Play Entertainment, like we're now pretty much set up in a way now that we're SEMrush partners. We're SEMrush agency partners, right? And what that means, I kind of didn't understand it. I was like, okay, everybody can do it because you can sign up. Yay. Yeah, it's like a trust pilot. You sign up and go. But what I realized is that one, I even asked them about the backlink because I was talking to her before we got set up and signed up. This was last week. And I was talking to her. I was like, hey, so if I do this, what's going to be the difference? And what am I gaining? And what is my audience gaining? And I realized that, okay, if I'm getting my link, on their website, it's not a do follow, it's a no follow. And she told me clearly, she was like, it's a no follow backlink. And I was like, yeah, cool. That's fine. A no follow link is better than a no link at all. So the no follow link builds up my backlink opportunity, and then from there, technically, I now have a domain that's referring to my website. So what has that did for me is I set up the profile and I just let it go. It says put your case studies. If you guys want to see it, let me actually put it out there right now so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's like, oh yeah, I found it. So I'm going to change the link. You guys can actually see it, process. You can actually schedule connect with me and connect, and then that way we can go further. So that's the link. I've just put the link up top so y'all can check it out and see. This thing is real. So yesterday I was on Clubhouse, I was chilling, and then as I left the room, I had a lot of meetings yesterday, and then as I was looking through my email, I get an email from SEMrush yesterday saying, hey, you just got a new lead. I'm like, what? What does that mean? So they told me the budget. They told me exactly what they need. I know the contact, the email, the name of the person, the LinkedIn account. Like, I literally have the full bio. And then it tells me this is their website. This is what they're struggling with. They need Shopify. So I was like, okay, we need to create a loyalty program for the Shopify. So I already sent them the invoice because they said, and SEMrush gives you like a timer. They say if you don't respond within 2 business days, then that pretty much that deal goes. It's like how I think what's that name of the platform Bark. There's a platform called Bark, and then I think there's also another one called this it's I know that name. Damn, if I remember it, it's not TaskRabbit is one of them. That's for orders. If I remember the name, I'll pop it out. I'll tell you guys. But I'm sure you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. So there's a way that you can build that, and it has that kind of process where you get a lead, you have to respond to a lead, but it's incoming, it's inbound, because when you think about this inbound marketing, there's outbound marketing. So it's a mixture of both as a SEMrush agency partner. So I've kind of done both. Outbound is way more work if you've ever tried it before, right? But my has been heavy on inbound marketing. That's why we do this organically. We don't run ads. We run ads. We help you run paid media, but we don't do it for ourselves. We help you get earned media, but we don't do it ourselves. We just work on organic, and then the earned media comes organically. There's a difference. So That's how I got that person. I sent him my link. That was yesterday evening. So I know it's probably going to take a couple of hours. I have to probably set the budget. I have to talk with them on calls. I even have the phone number. So why am I bringing this up? Because if you have to learn SEO, search engine optimization, and look at yourself as a business, ask yourself, before you even come to SEMrush as an agency partner, as a business, are you on Google Business Profile? Are you on Trustpilot if you don't have a brick and mortar? If you just have an online business, you can be on Trustpilot for businesses. Are you getting reviews on third-party sites that you can put your name, address, phone number, which is technically a local, or I can say a digital directory to your business? If you are, BBB certified, you can go there and register your business, right? Be accredited, right? Validate yourself, because as a business, all these third-party websites are pointing back to you, and as they're pointing back to you, you're creating. Austin said all bound. That is so true. Yes, all bound, because I've done both, and I think for me inbound is more of like, I would say, 85%, and now we're slowly creeping on 15% with outbound, because I think this is my first year doing outbound. So I'm like, I don't know. I love inbound. It happens organically. I'm able to share content, be free, and connect. And now I've built it out in a way that is even bigger. So yeah, definitely. I think there's a different way to approach it. So if you want to earn media, you can earn media easily, but you also have to make content that is shareable to earn it. And that shareable content has to be your content, because if somebody is sending you an email saying they want you to be on a magazine, is because you've done things for yourself that you own, right? If I own property, then someone's going to interview me on how I actually got that property. Or if I own a restaurant, that means someone's going to ask me how I earned those clients. So you have to own first before you earn, right? So you can't earn, like, how, I don't get the math. It won't math if you don't do it like that. That's just a simple 101 strategy. Because when you create that owned content, okay, I have 100 pieces of content, 100 questions, 100 links. Use those links, repurpose them. You see so much traffic for yourself. It's crazy. So yeah, you can earn media. And one great place to earn media is Pinterest. Because when you do Pinterest, when you run Pinterest ads, it will tell you paid impressions, and then it will tell you earned impressions. I don't see that anywhere on any other platform. I'm yet to see another one. I would love to see one. You see those two. So when you're earning, it's like a residual. It's like passive, right? So if you get 1 million impressions and you're earning 1% of those impressions, that's a lot of residual, right? So you have to look at your numbers and see, how can you take this from this point to that point and build it all the way forward. So I want to pass it to you, Austin. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for always being in the room. I always see you here. So thanks for joining today.
Good morning, indeed. Favor, good to be with you and Dawson up here. Renee, good to see you as well. Yeah, mostly just here along for the ride. I'm on the outbound and sales side of things, so I always love learning marketing as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Hey, Renee. I tried to bring you up, so I don't know if you're available. Pauline is here. It's been a while. Thanks for being here, Pauline. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, this is a great conversation. I just want to help you see how shared media can work. Another free way of doing shared media, guys, another free way you can do, start today, like right now, if you're really serious about taking action, because I know a lot of people may not take action, but if you do take action, then you will see the results if you apply 1% every day. 1% is better than zero, right? It's binary code. So if you decide, right, to use Reddit as a place to put your content, and what I mean is, don't go on Reddit and put an Instagram post there, because that's not going to do a lot for you. I mean, it will do some kind of good for you, but you won't get all the credit. You want to get all the credit. If you're trying to get all the credit, then you need to do it the right way and own the credit. And then you can earn the credit, right? So What you do is you create content, you have a topic, okay, people are looking for best flowers near me, like, best flower deliveries near me. You have a best dash flowers dash near dash me dash post. Now, that near me, I might take that near me off because I just want to focus on words that are not stop words. Because when you think about stop words on with SEO, stop words are conjunctional words like but, or those are words that like switch the filters. That's why you can use those in advanced filter search or search filter search. I can say search filter search because you can search through a filter and then search within that same filter and find another result. Like it's crazy how it's like Inception, it's like within the pipeline. So if you really like structure out your content, then you can get 100 pieces of content. Those are 100 links, 100 URLs, 100 uniform resource locators, 100 pieces of information that you can put out to the world, and you can put that on Pinterest. So you have 100 pins, you have 100 links, right? That's owned media. So you literally build property on Pinterest, because anything that shows up on Pinterest for the first time, I mean, I think it's a rule of thumb for every platform, but for Pinterest, I do know that when you get on Pinterest, even though you posted something on Instagram a year ago, or you posted something on TikTok 5 years ago, if you post that on Pinterest for the first time and it's never surfaced the web on Pinterest or within their domain, and Pixie, which is the name of their algorithm, Pixie, right? Pixie, that's the name of the algorithm, Pixie. So if Pixie has never scanned your image or scanned your web or scanned your link or scanned anything about you, then it's considered new content, and it's also considered owned content. And even when you create content on Pinterest, even if it's not your content, let's say you get like a pile of videos from TikTok that match your brand, right? UGC content may be like playlists you've been saving. You save all those videos, you bring them to Pinterest as UGC content, and then you, of course, have to credit the owner, right? Don't just post content because you don't own it. So credit the owner. That even helps you with business because it also shows transparency. It also shows ethical marketing. It just shows you're professional. Don't be plagiarizing content because you just don't want to do that. So when you create that kind of content, then you create a board on Pinterest, and then you're able to use that UGC content to earn media, right? And on Pinterest, they say anything you post on your account as a business is 100% credit. So even though that video was not yours, you still own credit for that media as far as media impressions, as far as social currency. So even though you get 1 million impressions for that media you didn't own, you earned that media because you had 100% of ownership, because it was based off your platform, and because you were also following the creator guide rules or following the code of conduct on Pinterest. Then you're able to build that number. So like my Pinterest right now, when I look at it, I don't post there a lot. I really don't post there a lot, but I do. But right now I have about 122,000 monthly views on Pinterest. Is just sitting there. And people wonder, okay, are those vanity metrics? Those are people. Those are 125,000 people. And if I go deeper into analytics, I already know the top 10 cities, and I can also find the top 10 zip codes. So that's how specific. Where did Renee go? I know the app has been apping. It's a really different. It says, I don't know what's happening. It says the user has already been invited to speak. Okay, okay, invite. Oh my goodness. You know what? Let's do something. So I'm going to. This is weird, Clubhouse. I've never had this problem before. Okay, could you guys, Dawson or Austin, could you bring Renee up? Because I don't know, maybe there's a number of credits for you to use before you exhaust the number of times you can invite somebody up to speak. Okay, there we go. So, wow, interesting. Hi, Renee.
It's ridiculous. It's like I couldn't hear all of a sudden. So I thought I'll leave the room and come back, and then I'm demoted. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, keep talking. That's what happened. as I couldn't hear. It just went blank.
Oh my gosh. I was like, what's going on, Clubhouse? This is not the right time to be doing this, especially at this time of ugh. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm Clubhouse, wake up. Yeah. This is not good. Especially for audio. We're 2024. We're in the middle of the year. Mm-mm. I don't like that. That was not good, actually. I think I should report. I don't know. I'm actually mad because I'm like, why?
You were on a roll too. You were on a roll, and then it got so using that content for anything is now disrupted. I'm so sorry. I do have a comment about Quora and Reddit when you have a
Yeah,
breaking
let's
point.
do it.
Okay, so there is a product or a SaaS program I just found out about, which you guys probably already know, but it's called questionminer.com. And Question Miner, actually, they have the subscription per month, but they also have, I think they run perpetual lifetime deals, or maybe they're only here right now, but they have a lifetime deal on their website, and it's $2.99 lifetime deal. You get 300 credits a month, and which isn't a lot if you're an agency, but if it's just for you, I or a few clients, it would be good. And it does core data, Stack Overflow, and Reddit. And what it does is it pays attention to what questions are coming up. So you're going to put in how many seed keywords you have for each of those platforms, and then it's going to show you what is ranking, what the difficulty is, for that keyword. So I really like that because it does all three programs. But if you are a AppSumo Plus member right now, you have like what, 20 minutes until their AppSumo Plus day is over. And you could actually get something called QA Pop, QAPOP, question and answer pop. I got it. I'm going to do the 60-day trial with it. I haven't played with it yet, but what it will do is it's just for Quora. It's the same person who made Question Miner, by the way. So, but it's what it does is it's going to go out and do all of your keywords. So I could do it at an agency level for like $263. I did the 6 codes, 234 plus the discount. It cost me 200 flat, and I can put in a gazillion keywords with it and track for all of my clients. And it's going to also tell me I can also sort it on QA Pop. I can also sort it by what questions did nobody answer at this point. So I can go in and do that. It's going to show you what questions people are asking, so you can add to your Q&As, so you can build out um, your content, stuff like that. So I thought those look pretty cool. Okay, 20. Oh, actually, it's saying now this deal ends in 24 hours. I swear, deal ends in one day. QA Pop. So maybe this is not only a Shop Sumo Day offer, and it's available to anyone. Or I'm
Yeah, I just signed in
yeah,
and
QA Pop.
it's saying
Worth
plus
trying.
exclusive. That's crazy though. It's telling me if I get it right now for the plus, it says like 180 scratched off, 78% down, I'm marked down at 39.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. So
crazy.
I went for the 6 codes because I have 60 days and I can always back off, get rid of a few codes and even keep it if I like it, or I can get rid of the whole thing because we have the 60-day thing. But anyways, QA Pop does what I said and a lot more. Track unanswered questions, blah, blah, blah. And then the question miner, I don't think there's any rush on that. I think they actually, part of their marketing is to be an LTD. I don't know that for sure, but some companies, that's part of their sales plan. Um, because what they have on their pricing on the question miner is it's like $149 a month, or you pay $299 and you can have it forever. So I just don't know that I don't know that I'm going to use it yet. So I'll play with QA Pop, but I've been really wanting to know how to do that at scale for my clients and take advantage of some of these forums. So I thought, yeah, Core will be a good thing. And I just wish they had a QA Pop for Reddit. I kind of like Reddit better because Reddit subscriptions are up ever since their IPO, and the numbers are up because of the Google. Of course, that whole relationship there is causing a lot more people to pay attention to Reddit. than before. So I feel like there's a lot of value on Reddit. But then again, if that's where all the eyeballs are, there's a lot more things to get missed. Maybe it is better for me to just practice on Quora and see how I can use that for my clients, because I'm really leaving money on the table with forums. That's what I know. I know what I'm not doing well. How's that?
Oh, I love that. You know, I'm actually, as you were speaking, and as I'm speaking now, I'm literally signing up for Question Miner, to see, because when you said that Question Miner has Reddit, that just is what hit me, because I've been on Reddit for a long time, and I've clients have come from Reddit. From someone reached out to me from Russia. I don't know how he found me, and then I didn't even read my messages. I had to go in there, and I was like, "Oops, I missed this." This was like a message that was sent like 6 months prior. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not even check." That's to tell you how powerful it is. I just drop links in there, share content. I don't stay there all day, but I'm there, you know. So imagine now what it could be like if your link, your owned media is now coming from this type of question miners. Because if I think about questions people are asking, the answers people are getting need to be done in recent times. So when you look at search, a lot of people don't really search like this, and I think I want us to also, maybe I might do a class on advanced search, like how to search advanced search on Google, because people don't really even know there's an advanced search. And then there's also an advanced search on YouTube. You know, I got to shout out Dr. Fashion for that one. You know, she talked about that too. And you have to look at how people search. If I'm looking for a 20-minute video talking about something that's in an interview style that lets me know about this product in this country, that's very specific. So if you can be that person to be pointed out of the crowd because you were able to apply SEO and use your owned media in form of your website, share media on that same owned media asset, which is your blog, and have a YouTube video attached. When that page is indexed on Google Search Console, it's also indexed as a video page because you have a video page in on the web page, right? So if that YouTube video is going to be seen, then that also accelerates, because when people are searching on Google, guess what? Most times the results you get are, yes, they're links, but most times more, especially if it's a how-to video or a video that has more of instructional value or educational value, most times you're going to see a video from YouTube show up. And if you pay attention to the date stamps and the timestamp, not really the timestamps, but just look at the year, just look at the date, month, and the year, see whether that topic has been discussed fully. Because if you see something there and it says 2022 and we're in 2024, and you are the person that talks about it to your community and you're not showing up on that specific search bracket as a phrase match, then there's something wrong with your indexing on the back end. Because you also have to consider this: Google Search Console does not, and I repeat this, this blew my mind because I'm about to drop an episode very soon next week on this new platform. Renee, I got to tell you about it. It's called SEO Gets. I don't know if you guys have heard of it before. I've interviewed the co-founder last 2 weeks, and he did a whole masterclass. I'm probably going to use a clipped version of it on LinkedIn so that people can know how to use it from the co-founder's perspective. Like, he shared his screen and he was able to show how to use it, because Google Search Console gives you 1,000 queries, and SEO Gets literally powers it up to 50,000 queries. So you don't miss a beat. And then it tells you your popular keywords, your growing keywords, and your decaying keywords. You don't get that on Google Search Console. So there's some things I'm doing now with clients, and I'm like, wow. So now this is why these numbers are jumping, because you don't really know. You look at your impressions, you're like, okay, yeah, impressions are working. Yeah, we got clicks, but what's moving the needle? What's really lacking? What are we losing? Where are we losing page power from? And can we increase our page power by percentages? That company that found me from SEMrush yesterday, I looked at their search console, not their search console, their search domain overview, and I noticed they were even saying, oh yeah, we just got to 11,000 keywords in 1 year. I was like, great, from 1,000 to 11,000, that's a great achievement. But when I looked at their structure, all of those keywords are informational keywords, which was driving about 49%. When I looked at, and that's driving about, let's say, 65% of their traffic, and then another 35, I would say not even 35, sorry, like 20, that alone is like maybe navigational and commercial. And then like probably like a really low percentage below 10 was kind of like borderline on transactional. And they had about 7.5%. So I said, okay, if we can take your transactional keyword from 7.5% to 10%, your bottom line is going to increase within a 3 month timeline within X amount. So I left that blank because I will not guarantee that until we test it. We have to do some technical search, but I showed them the potential. And I said we can surpass that or we can actually hit the target within 3 months. But I also said that's something we got to do within the first month. So why am I bringing this up? Because they need help. They have a Shopify account. They're growing. They're in Apopka, Florida. So I'm like, how did y'all find me? So this, I thought it was only within like the local SEO, and I realized if you search online, you will find me, or you find the company, because I'm like, oh yeah, we're looking for an SEO company that does this, boom boom. I come up there, and I had to put case studies. I put 2 case studies. You're only allowed to put 3. I'm yet to put the third one. The third one is for my podcast because I spent $0 in 5 years, and I was able to get through 113 countries and be able to build my podcast, across and have over 370 episodes online, which has given me a 3% global ranking at a 35 listen score rating on listennotes.com. So that's just pure organic. So within a 5 year line. So I haven't done that case study yet. That's the third one I want to put on this SEMrush because I want to help people know how to use their owned media. Because everyone is doing social media, but it's flinged around like cake. How do we get shared media and how do we get earned media, right? There are two, for me, like right now, there are 2 media platforms that have asked for an interview. One of them is Canvas Rebel. I think it's like Voyage Houston. This is, I think, the third time I'm getting on their platform. They asked me again. They're like, oh, we want to interview again. What's happening in your world now? Then another one, I can't remember the name, but they have 3 million readers in their community and they want to interview me for the next generation how to use platforms. This Saturday, I have to talk to the owner. I have to talk to him. And he's great. I'm going to be talking in the Black AI Summit this week. And I have the link for the registration, but I want to ask him how I can do it because I want to send it out to my community so you guys can sign up. I'm going to be talking about, where's my link? I'm going to be talking about how podcast, website, and Pinterest SEO works for small and large businesses. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in that summit. The summit has been going on all week. So I haven't announced my part, so I'm going to do that today because I was on radio yesterday, so I didn't want to clash announcements. It's been crazy this week. That's why I've not been on Clubhouse much, but I'm broadcasting beyond these 4 walls of Clubhouse. And what you guys are learning, when I was on the radio yesterday, I was like, all these questions are coming from dentists, from biochemists. People were asking me questions yesterday live on the radio. And I was like, wow, can you imagine the number of people that don't know this information? And we're in here having a great time, like swell time. And out there, people are not knowing the answers. And I'm like, no, we got to do better. That's why the podcast for me has extended beyond Clubhouse, extended beyond social media. So when you get that earned media and you're broadcasting and using SEO, you're using phrase matches, you know the keywords. Thank you so much for this question, Miner. Renee, I always love it how you drop this knowledge. You talked about all text AI the last time, and I got an email from them. They've added Pinterest. So now you can actually put your alt text with Pinterest. It's crazy how you can integrate it now. So much is happening, with AI. There's so much happening. So if you guys want to earn media, you have to earn media like by building this up. My next step now is to get on Wikipedia. That's the next move for me now for the business. I'm like, okay, I've settled all these things. Now let's go on Wikipedia and have a page there because you want to also build that PR. And whenever you show up online, you have to build those buckets. Like it's not just rocket science. So yeah, Apopka, Florida, Austin. Yeah, that's funny. That's why you were laughing. Okay, how is it over there? Please tell me because I did my grad school in Full Sail University. in Winter Park, Orlando, in Florida. So I didn't go to a pop cup, but I don't know, how is it like? How was how was your experience?
Well, because I was attending a wedding, it was a grand experience, of course. But yeah, Popka is just like northeast of Orlando. It feels a little bit more backwoodsy and like lake country, sort of more maybe like retirement pace type of living, I'd say.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, because that makes sense. Okay, you just gave me an idea too, because as I thought about it and I was like, how could I process it? But it now rolls back to me because when I told him yesterday, I was like, hey, we're gonna handle, I just put in the email, I was like, we're gonna take care of this zip code marketing. Because if I don't know a city I've never been to, how am I gonna help you, a business that lives there? So you need my services or my help to help you that's not close to me or close to you. So that's where my audience intelligence, competitive analysis comes in, and I go deeper into zip code advertising and zip code marketing. So if I know the address, like I know the company, I would search that zip code and search around that zip code. And then I would find out that zip code, do they have kids? How old are they? How where do they drive to work? Do they have 401ks? Do they what's the value of the home? Like I can go deep into all that audience research and then dig out the top 5 zip codes from there, and then now I can use my AI to literally scan the web and then give me a report study, and then I can now enhance it. So it's crazy how the way things are happening now, we're doing things fast. Like I thought I was scaling down, but I was scaling up. I was talking to my friend today. I was like, damn, we're 20 people now, like 8 people humans, and then 12 AI. So it's like 20. So how are we all working together to make it a better place for businesses? So I don't know. I feel like this is a new wave and I'm so excited. I'm an alpha tester, so I'm always in that futuristic zone. Speaking of Zoom, I'm slowly trying to get away from Zoom. Slowly, like, but it's going to be like a very slow, but it will happen. It's been a year now, so I'm slowly moving away, but I've been testing it. I don't know if you guys know this: Renee, Dawson, Austin, Derek, Pauline, Harvey, Robert, Annette, or MG. Have you guys ever heard of spatial chat?
Yes.
I have not.
Yes, there
No.
was somebody that had spatial chat and they had like a little office in there. Am I thinking of it correctly? I'm Googling it really quickly to make
Yeah,
sure.
you're right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she had an office in there. She used it for a while and she left it. She did not stay with it. Then this was about a year ago. So, everything has to have its right trajectory. It could be that just her clients, her whatever, did not, get it. It was a little different the way she had her office. Like I came into her waiting room and then I was like sitting in a chair, and I kind of like went over into this, like I'm sitting and I rang the bell or whatever I had to do. And it said, oh, Equal will be right with you. And then we eventually, I went into her office. It's like she pulled me into her office where she was there, or it said she's in her office the whole time, but I couldn't get her attention. So it was a little frustrating that way. But I'm not saying she used it right. I'm not saying it was the right timing. Things could have changed on it. But yeah, it was a virtual space for her and an office. And then I did come back and find her there later. Like I had the link. It might be before it's time for her. So maybe it's not come of age yet. I'm not sure.
Wow. Thank you so much for that feedback. Why I was asking that is because I featured the founder of Spatial Chat on my podcast last year. I'm going to give you guys a link to listen to it. Spatial Chat. Yeah, even if you guys type in Spatial Chat podcast on Google, you should see the podcast episode. Yeah, it's like it's a beautiful place, and for me, I feel like that's like the new way of doing things. I've been trying it myself, and I was like, before I even test it, let me test it with my own team. So yesterday I had a meeting with my team, because we meet every Wednesday to just discuss like our clients, our dashboards. We look at everything, and then all of a sudden, from nowhere, I was like, you know what? We're on Zoom right now. Can we leave this Zoom chat and go to? Because I was already in my office, and I was like, let's go to spatial chat. So I got into spatial chat, and upon getting there, everyone got in comfortably. I was like, they were like, oh, I like this space because I had Zoom fatigue, and that's because last year I think I spent over probably 300 hours plus on Zoom, just doing meetings. Yes, we made six figures. Yes, we had a great success, but I was burnt out. And I was like, I'm not doing this again. I'm going to divide my time in half and multiply my efforts in doubles. So that's what I'm doing now with AI, and that's why we're doubling our team. So I featured, and this is when Zoom came out. Like Zoom, when during the pandemic, when Zoom was really blowing up, spatial chat was blowing up, but it was blowing up in Europe. It wasn't blowing up in the US. And on Product Hunt, if you go on Product Hunt, they were number one. I think they're still number one, if you check. But check them out, guys. I use spatial chat, and that's where I have my office. So if you like, my clients now have my office key. So, which means I have a padlock. So that means if you come to my office, you need the code to get in. So you come into the lobby, like Renee, you said, you come to the lobby, you pop up, like my team will be here. They'll be in like the workplace. So there's a spatial chat, like a lobby. Then there's a workplace, which is like they all put you in a workplace. That's where my team is. So we're eight of us, me and my other seven. So, and then the AI is 12. So that's 20. So when we now have that workplace, we're all in there. Then if you're in my office, I'll stay in my office. So when my client comes now, I'm trying to see how I can get in contact with Calendly. That's my next mission. I don't know. I love talking with founders. That's just me because I'm a founder too. So I'm trying to go on LinkedIn. I have I have the Calendly founder's email. So might just reach out, and and I found it through a podcast. He had a podcast in 2013, and I listened to it, found the podcast, and I was trying to find that email for a client. So I still have it today. Almost. I've never used it. So why I'm bringing this up is because I want to see if maybe Calendly can integrate spatial chat, because you can create meetings with spatial chat with Google Calendar. So now anytime I have a client and they use Zoom, I'm going to go to the back end and change that Zoom link to a spatial chat link so that when they click on the link in their calendar, they drop into my lobby. So that's a long process. I just want to use Calendly and choose spatial chat. So y'all listen to the founder. He's from Cyprus. So check him out. Great conversation. I wanted you guys to, think about shared media, earned media. How do you use SEO, build your process from scratch? I'm sure you guys have, I'm now a SEMrush agency partner. My business has now qualified for that. You can qualify to, it's open source, but you have to make your payments. You have to know what you're doing with your clients. And now I'm like, wow, this is a special kind of deal. So now clients are coming in. If we do inbound marketing, I mentioned that 85%, that 50%, I'm really pushing it on outbound marketing, because now I have leads. I have about 3,000 credits for leads each month. So I'm like, we're already at 7,000 leads. So now that's 10,000 leads equally every month. So imagine a whole year how many leads I'm building. I know these clients need Pinterest advertising. These clients need Yoast SEO. These clients, like, I know the marketing stack. So it's easier for me to send an email and say, hey, I know you're using Yoast, and this is how we can help your business. If you're not using, like, let's say, for example, Google Analytics, I can recommend Matomo Analytics if you want that too. So I'm able to open up different sources for helping people and building networks. That way, you're not stuck, with one platform. So yeah, even with ClickUp, I'm now using another platform. I left ClickUp and I'm using Rike now. So I'm literally changing my stack because of this AI inputs. Yes, Renee.
I just spent some time looking at this SEO gets, and it's quite interesting to me. It looks like what it's doing, tell me if I have this figured out right. It's like a single source of truth, like a dashboard for all of your GSC sites, and they're just the platform. Okay, good. So they're just the platform, and you pay them one time for the connection, and then any problems with the connection over time. So you're just basically paying them for that. So it's taking all the data and it's just massaging it and giving it to you in usable formats. So I think that's pretty awesome. And I'll tell you what excites me about that. It allows us to bring any team members on, and we don't have to teach them GSC. So I am thinking that if I just take training time, and I just looked at how long it takes us to take a team member and get them to have to, okay, go in and turn on this filter and block the branded search. Like this already has the branded, non-branded filters already in. Okay, that's not that hard to learn, right? But then the growing and the decaying reports, that's already set up. And you can see everybody in one view. So I'm sitting here looking at this SEO gets and going, this is kind of cool because yeah, I just think for ease of use, it would be pretty good. So I'm glad I'm getting it right.
You are. And you know what? I'll give you my referral link because I also have a you can also get a 20% discount too. I talked to the co-founder last week, so I'm working on the podcast. I'm about to release it because I told him, how did you find? He was like, I did a phrase match on Google search, and he's in Silicon Valley. He's like, I did a phrase match on Google search, and I found your article because I talked about the article on my website, and he found it. It's like, yo, I was like, no one's talking about SEO gets. So I came in and he was like, let's do the podcast. So now I got into the affiliate program. So I'm going to put the link up
Uh,
here.
well, then
Yeah.
you get to already, you didn't even do the podcast yet, and you're able to get possible return on it. That's awesome.
This is all shared earned media that I want to be very practical, and it's very helpful for people. So yeah, this is it. So click on the link above. That's my affiliate link. If you sign up,
Okay.
you can use,
I'll
yeah,
let
you
you
can use
know
Facebook.
just in case,
Yeah.
since I've already been on it, in case it's one of those links where it's not going to go retroactively and connect us. I'll let them know, hey, I went on while you were talking without the affiliate link, in case the attribution doesn't get to you because I've already been to the site. I
Right.
know how some of those work.
Right. That's what he told me. He told me that if anybody joins and you know them, just let me know their names and they'll find you on the dashboard. So just send me the name you and the email you registered with, and then I'll email him, and then I'll send it over to you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love working with founders and businesses. I go to the top because I'm like, hey, let's work. So yeah, I got a meeting in a minute. I gotta jump out of Clubhouse, but I hope you guys learned something new. The replays are on. Listen to the content. And I hope you guys enjoyed this platform. SEO Gets, please try it out. If you do, like, please try it out because I was always looking for a platform that does decaying content. And there was one platform, I can't remember the name of it. They lost, I don't know what happened there. I think they just lost their domain. It was called Content something. I can't remember in 2020, 2021. So now they came back with branded and non-branded content. You can have a dashboard. It's a whole thing in there. He literally gave me a whole masterclass. So I'm excited to bring that to you guys. And it'll be on LinkedIn. So follow my LinkedIn because I'm going to do a preview and tag him on the LinkedIn so we can do a collaboration as well. Yeah, let's take this to the roof, y'all. Like, if you want to work, let's work. Like AI, human search, SEO, let's do it. I'm ready to really help a lot of people scale their podcasts, scale their websites. I got to know some interesting facts before we close down the room. There are over 1.9 billion websites, right? But I got to know only 82% of them have not, actually, not only 82% of them have not been updated in the last 6 months. That's screaming. That's a lot. So if there are billions of blogs and there are millions of podcasts, then are you in the top 1% or are you in the 99%? So I hope you guys learned something new. Use this link. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. I'd love to connect with you. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much, Dawson, Austin, Renee, Derek, Pauline, Harvey, Robert, Annette, MG, Layla. Good to see you. Thanks for having your time with us today. I give you a follow. Warrior, thanks for joining. You got to get that ticket off so we can get you into the marketing club. But yeah, connect with me, y'all. This is a great room, and I'm glad you guys are learning something because I always want to bring value to the conversation. So have a blessed day. I love you all. God bless you. Have a great day, and I'm going to see y'all soon.
Yeah, see you later.
Later.